What is going on, buddy?
Hello!
It is Pixelbutters here, and welcome back to Persona 4 Golden. When we left off, the train is rolling again, baby.
Yay.
We're back to playing this game, and I got everything all nice and spliced in for y'all. Hopefully it all made sense by the end, but here we are as we begin our investigation again. In a way,
Frankenstein
after Frankenstein, that's literally what I had to do the last part is fucking Frankenstein stitch it together.
Because you took, currently recorded footage and had to, stitch together with past recorded audio to try and
God, it was a fucking patchwork and a nightmare.
Show what our genuine reactions were.
Hey, here we go, baby. We're going again. And now, the big concern is the fact that no one could find Teddie. Because we saw him in Limousine World. And I was so sure that he was ringing the doorbell to the limousine. I don't know where Limousine's got a doorbell from. But let's just go ahead
limos are fancy. You never know.
Exactly. And besides, it's Igor's. He might put a doorbell.
I know, it's not the real world.
But they can't find him.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense, it might be affecting my readings.
With her satellite.
I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
That Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here.
Yeah, where is he?
Well, technically he's in whatever that limbo of where Igor is, because
But how the fuck did he get there?
The last time that we saw him was side by side with Nanako, and even he seemed confused. He was like, where am I?
Yeah, because that's not the TV world.
Well, he did say, where am I? And then he was like, oh, right. Because it seems like he almost has an understanding of where he went, but I don't know what the fuck
to him, I think he felt like the fact that since Nanako is gone, because he doesn't know that yet, right? He doesn't know that Nanako's back.
I have no. Let's go ahead and keep going forward as we try and find out.
He disappeared after she died, and he's like, "Oh, that's why I'm not there anymore, because she was my new purpose for still being around after all this is over, and now she's gone, so now I have to go somewhere."
Man, I don't know. Let's keep going because the thing about this may be a time for contemplation rather than action. That is what Igor said. All right, everyone, let's think about this.
Let's think. Let's start theorizing.
That's all we can do right now.
That's what we're good at.
He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
I would hope not.
I'm worried for Teddie myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now, we must concentrate on the case.
What if he can't come back?
It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location.
There's got to be something going on.
We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
No pressure.
I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Hit me.
Let's quickly review the facts.
Oh, yeah.
Of all the victims, only 2 were killed. Miss Yamano, the announcer, and Saki-san.
Yes.
From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted.
Yep.
It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
When I hear you put it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet. Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
To be or not to be.
But
is that what she's referencing, you think? Shakespeare?
Maybe. To kind of tie with my other theories that I've had is that his ex was murdered, and then he's been getting these communications of other people that are potentially going to get murdered. And so he was going to try to save the announcer lady, but wasn't able to do it in time. Because he did mention while he was super sleepy and the guard was also sleeping while he was having a little discussion with himself that he couldn't save her. So I think it's the fact that he wasn't able to get there in time and throw her in a TV, or maybe didn't know how to do that yet.
How did he learn about this TV place?
Oh, I want to know that for a fact, because he damn sure has to have some way of figuring it out.
And how does his shadow have a mission that he doesn't know about?
Well, unless the Shadow's mission is different from his own, but let's keep going.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean Saving them through death?
No.
He did call himself a savior and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
Maybe he was lied
So
to.
they'll be saved if they die?
That could be true.
What a bunch of crap. The bastard should have gone and saved himself.
Oof.
But it seemed like in the flashbacks that the killer was very upset when people were disappearing.
Yeah.
And we have his little anger. Not again!
What do you think,
But-
Senpai?
There's something else.
If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
You got that right.
Not
There's
at
something
all.
I've been wondering about for a while.
Have you seen
So-
those hands?
When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too." So, if he saves people by killing them, did he save us too? Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
Exactly.
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense.
To how you
And
interpret
another
them.
thing,
Yeah.
the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV.
Bingo.
Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
But you're onto something,
Yeah,
Chie.
meanwhile, it's
That's why I love you.
Truly intended to save
not
us.
enough, apparently.
No, not enough.
He's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them.
He didn't
Or
mean
what?
to, I don't
You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so?
I mean, he was told the mission.
Yeah.
Possibility of a culprit besides Namatame. Could there be something that proves this possibility?
The copycat murderer? Because it was, you know, stop.
Sorry, that's my thinking sound.
I think it's because that, you know, that's the only murder that really happened.
Well, while he was around.
Or
The
his
warning
diary.
letter could be something. Let me try the warning, because we did get 2 warning letters that were very
That's
strange.
right. I forgot.
Between that and
It's been so
let
long,
me
I forgot.
try.
Warning letter? Oh yeah. Whatever happened
That's
to that thing?
right.
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Let's review them.
Oh, hey, thanks for having them handy.
Yeah.
You recall the first warning letter said, "Don't rescue anymore."
Mm-hmm.
And the second one said, "If you don't stop this time, someone close will be put in and killed."
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kind of odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like "don't rescue" or "kill"?
No.
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like I'll put in and kill?
Hey, could this mean
That someone else wrote the letters?
Namatame didn't write it.
didn't write
Yeah.
it. They were threatened by someone else.
Yeah. It's
But
almost
who?
like someone else wrote this letter.
We don't know who.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right? If someone else wrote it, that could only mean...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
To the bitter end.
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's
Topsy-turvy.
parlance, failing would have been the first 2 cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV. And yet he did.
Nacho likes
It
using
all
big
seems
words.
to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
Someone else? Then it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
There's a mastermind behind all this.
We can't say for certain yet. We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
I low-key kind of feel bad for the guy. Because he's legit apparently just trying to save people.
Yeah, he's trying to save people through a way that seems very weird to
and
the police.
he got arrested for it, and people think he killed them. Which, in
Yeah.
a way, I guess he probably thinks that he killed them too, just because of the fact he couldn't save them.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the same as, you know,
How
letting
though?
them die.
After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
I have a plan.
Thanks for having a plan.
There's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
Are you gonna use your detectiveness?
Let's go. Because the thing that's thrown me off a bit is that, let's say that there is a mastermind behind everything.
This place is off limits.
Hold on a minute, sir. I'm having a theory talk here. If there's someone that is like behind, if there's a murderer that's behind everything, like, unless I'm getting something wrong in my thought process, it can't be the same person that has told Namatame to save people through the TV, because that would be going against exactly what the murderer is trying. Like, why would the murderer give someone to be against them, you know? Like,
yeah.
that would make it seem like there's two people kind of opposing. There is the murderer, and then there's someone else that's guiding Namatame, being like, hey, you need to try and save these people, all right? You gotta save them before the murderer strikes. Which would mean that there's two people that were missing? Unless Namatame just got a gift from God and found out about the TVs by random chance. I don't know. But hey, what's up?
My brain isn't retaining any of the information that you're telling me.
God damn it.
I don't know why.
I'm a consultant with the police.
It's like it's too much, and my brain's rejecting everything.
Namatame-san. May I go in?
I'm trying so hard to absorb what you're
This
saying.
is Unit 252 requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh?
Why does he sound familiar?
Understood. I see.
Is that Dojima's voice actor?
No, I think that's Yosuke's.
That is not Yosuke's.
Well, you're on the list. I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes.
Yeah, it is. I can hear that inflection. He's talking in a deeper tone, but I hear that same
That's Yuri?
inflection. I'm pretty sure it is.
Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
They also talk in a very same inflections of words. They do things. He delivers it very similarly.
I'd like him to accompany me as well.
Me? Really? Thanks.
He has no
We're
identification,
special.
but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
Hopefully this lie flies.
Detective Dojima's stead.
Detective Dojima sent him? I wasn't informed of this.
I'll vouch for his identity.
Thanks, homie.
Well, I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself. We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild. Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too. This is Unit 252. Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Oh my god, guys, what did you do?
Did they put like a fake bomb or something?
I hope not. It's like, all right, let's run distraction. We're gonna put a fake bomb in a hospital, like it's the Dark Knight all of a sudden, and it's like, oh my god, guys, it better just be a bubblegum wrapper.
You should
Like,
back up your colleagues
That wouldn't
downstairs.
alert attention.
We'll keep watch over Namatame-san.
oh, that's your way of a distraction.
Disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds too serious.
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Oh my god.
Understood. Please be careful.
It's a good thing Naoto's already been in with the police.
I
Exactly.
knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
That's because you used a freaking supposedly might be
hey.
a bomb object.
I'm sure it didn't look distracting for all of us random high school kids to run up here.
There's nothing much inside that suspicious object, so he won't be gone long.
It's like one of those glitter
Now's
bombs
our chance
Oh my
to
God.
get Namatame.
with the fart spray.
Exactly. What is this? Oh man!
Yeah,
What?
it
Oh, this hospital
stinks.
stinks.
There's glitter everywhere.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
He's. I don't think he's okay. He's just
Namatame-san,
staring.
there's something we'd like to ask you.
He sees the ghosts of Christmas past.
Is that sound? There's a.
Just that
It's
really
tempting
shaky
to
breathing.
think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are. But we are here to learn the truth. So please, answer our questions.
Seems that he understands what you're saying.
Huh.
What should
For
you ask
once.
him?
Oh god, does it matter?
Who'd you throw in first?
Okay. Just points.
Huh? Me?
Okay, so Yukiko was the first one he ever threw in.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of.
Okay.
fits the timeline in a sense of he wasn't able to save the first two.
I wonder if she wasn't there if he would talk.
Did you kill those two girls?
No, yeah.
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
Okay, so there's that. Is saving killing people?
It's pretty obvious it's not, but...
No. He's been, no.
Yeah, he's like, no.
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed.
There we go.
That's why I put them in there.
Okay.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her.
How'd you know about the TVs?
And you
Yeah.
repeated the process as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel.
Yeah, I can go with the thought that you were just watching the Midnight Channel, saw people that were being murdered popping on it beforehand. But how'd you know to be like, let me just hold on a minute here.
Yeah.
Shuck Yukiko at the TV
How
and
did
realize she
he-
went right through it.
How did he find out about
That's
it?
what maybe we'll ask that question soon.
It all falls into place.
Like falling through
Now
a
tell
TV.
Please
His body is
ask.
weak, but his mind is sound.
Or I guess
He's
we're the
trying to
ones
tell us the
asking, so.
truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true,
There's another killer who murdered the first two victims?
That seems to be what adds up.
Indulge us in a few more questions.
Please. What should you ask him?
Why did you enter?
Let's just go in a row. Who killed the first two?
I'm just worried, like, what if we get cut off by...
I don't think they'll be that.
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
Yeah, because you were close with one of them.
Why the warning letters? To clarify if this was you or not. He's probably going to be like, what?
What are you talking
Yeah.
Oh,
about?
there it is. What should you ask him? Why did you enter the TV? Was that to escape from the police? Feel like you were secure in
I
that?
didn't know. I never thought it would be that kind of place.
See, he
What did
thought
you
it.
think
He
you
thought
were
it was.
doing?
I think he was. Maybe someone lied to him about it being safe, so it was
Maybe.
maybe it was a setup
Thought.
to make sure that people would get killed.
Maybe.
You believe me?
Oh yeah, we've been there. You
Did
saw
they
us.
find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you.
So don't lose your fucking mind.
We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Yeah, and we'll believe you, and can do something about it.
Only-
Maybe.
You?
The police will never believe a fucking word you say.
did
Nope.
blame you for everything at first.
I wanted to kill
But
you.
now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
See that window to the right? I wanted to shove you out it so bad.
Please, tell us everything you can, calmly and slowly.
Because if he tries to say it too fast, he might start freaking out.
Yes,
Except we're
please.
kind of on a time crunch,
Yeah.
so not too slowly.
Listen? Do my story?
As long as you can solve it faster than the police can figure out that the mysterious package downstairs
Is nothing.
is just an Amazon box full of like dirty socks.
And packing peanuts. Maybe some glitter. Biodegradable glitter.
All right.
All right, tell me your story. Okay, we're actually going somewhere.
Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge, I returned to my parents' home as if to run away from the scandal.
I bet they
I
loved
started
that.
Drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows and forced to resign from the program she was on. I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything.
Arms doing a little funky.
Then, one
Yeah.
day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me.
The Midnight Channel.
Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection.
Helps when you're drunk, I suppose.
And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi!
Only by chance just happened to just what?
When I reached out unthinkingly
Yeah.
to touch her,
Oh, he just found out by
So
accident.
it's kind of like what happened to us.
disappeared
Yeah.
into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV.
That would have been.
Yeah.
That would have changed this whole thing.
It looks like he could probably squeeze in there.
I was so scared.
So he found out kind of like we
I
did.
couldn't understand
Yeah.
what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream.
Fair.
And I went back to the city the next day after finishing work.
That's your brain protecting itself.
The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected. That wasn't what broke me, though. It was Mayumi being found dead. And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown.
This poor
Namatame is
guy.
casting his eyes downward painfully.
I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remember the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying. but
Fair.
I decided to try it again, and I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help?
That is a good question.
That's
Like,
how I
why do they
felt.
show up, you know?
Yeah.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I remembered that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend.
Nope.
But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated.
That makes sense.
Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself.
You don't have a job. You don't have anything to do. So.
Yeah.
On another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
But you're like, no way.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did, so I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business.
How old are you,
Mailman.
dude?
I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store.
Another flashback?
Yeah.
After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her and told her to be careful.
And you're just like, fuck off.
That same night, on the TV, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on, please.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The next day, they found her dead.
It's the first time we've seen or heard anything about someone on the TV writhing in pain and agony.
Yeah.
As if they're being... Because, like, that throws off the weird thing of, like, if people are popping up on the TV to kind of, like, signify that a murder is going to happen in a way, if it was happening outside of the TV, why would he see anything like that on the TV?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm with you,
She
Yosuke.
was gonna be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done.
There really wasn't, though.
There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered, and the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to.
Something in common.
I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life.
That means you are not in love with your
Son was found
wife
dead.
anymore, dude.
Yet another girl appeared on TV. That was you.
And now we get to see what he did.
She'll be kidnapped next and murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity.
Yeah.
I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, who'll save her then? The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her? What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it? The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered. Once things calm down, I could just let her out again. If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind.
I mean, that would make sense if you don't know.
Yeah.
Gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate.
There's no way to know there's monsters in there.
No.
Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried that and failed miserably.
Yeah, because it's kind of unbelievable.
It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it.
Oh,
And
his
be
mission.
totally suspicious.
See, he thought he was given it by the universe or something.
Yeah.
So a person didn't give it to
Mayumi,
him.
please lend me your strength.
Or I think he more so thought that Mayumi, because he was saying there, Mayumi gave me these powers.
Oh, okay.
So he was, I
too
guess he
busy
saw
trying
it
to
as...
make sure that you actually are recording.
No, don't worry. I occasionally check over there.
Because I
No,
was
that's-
looking over at your
Don't
computer.
worry. I've PTSD
I'm
strikes
so
hard.
paranoid. Because I'm
but,
like, we're all in this important stuff. Please tell me we're
But
recording.
it seems like he feels like Mayumi gave him those powers, so maybe he feels like it's kind of in return, Mayumi's giving me this ability to save the girls. So that's my mission.
Okay.
So it's kind of a mission from himself.
Okay.
As seeing it as being from Mayumi.
That's a lot simpler than...
People
Yeah.
who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed. You kidnapped us in order to save us.
Ironic, huh?
Yeah.
Mission? Give me a break! You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
GA, calm down.
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me.
Of course they didn't.
I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion.
Convenient.
I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
You're putting them in grave danger.
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die.
Monsters.
Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril.
Not to fuck up your brain anymore.
It was my friends here who really saved us all.
We know you're fragile, but by the way, you were almost killing them throwing in the TV as well.
Yeah, you were almost killing them in a different way.
In potentially a more painful way of death
Yeah.
than being murdered quickly. Oh.
I had a feeling that was it. When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away.
There it is.
But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined.
Yeah.
Such an abominable, grotesque place.
Heaven is so grotesque.
I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was.
That's
I mean, to him,
true,
he
yeah.
didn't realize that anyone was
He
pulling
didn't
them out of the
realize
TV.
that we literally had to fight for our lives and our
Yeah.
friends' lives to
He's
get
just like,
out.
he throws them in, and then suddenly,
They're okay.
a couple weeks later, they pop up out of nowhere, and they're
Yeah.
fine. He's like, I'm doing it.
Yeah, he would
Look
think
at me,
it's
Mom.
working.
You couldn't even get out of that place on your own.
No. That's a cowardly way to put it. I'd probably already begun to realize that it was a dangerous place. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have gone to see you all.
See us? Wait, are you talking about the concert we did at Juness?
Yes. I wanted to know why the ones I saved were all hanging out with each other, and how much you remembered.
Your voice has changed so much in the past 5 minutes.
It
I'm
has.
telling you, are you feeling better?
But
He is.
in the end, I couldn't bring myself to say anything and ran home. I must have felt too guilty.
He's more awake now.
Yeah.
But all
He's
the
less
doubts and
breakdowny.
anxieties I'd been unconsciously suppressing exploded out when I entered the television myself.
And thankfully, the police had to call backup for the bomb squad for the package in the lobby, because we've been here for like 20 minutes talking to this man. The police like, nope, we still gotta double check
I
this.
thought I was going insane. I probably did.
You did go insane,
You
yes.
did.
And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
That's all he was trying to do. That's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
But
And
I
very
ended up doing
unfortunate.
just the opposite. What a fool. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful to society.
Well, the politics part was your first mistake.
But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary.
He's having a
And I
meltdown again.
secretly believed myself to be a hero.
His voice is going back down.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. He's like, oh shit. This guy's had been wordless for most of this.
What I saw on TV and believed everything was as I wanted it to be.
He's probably like, he's just like, I wanted to kill this guy. Wow.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't protect them. I'm to blame for all of this.
Oh, here
Hey
we go.
now, buddy.
It's still a,
What's
it was
done is done.
man.
Yeah.
I suppose so. But the things I've done are too serious to be brushed aside like that.
He jumps out the window himself.
Bruh, you didn't
He's
know.
like, at least let me do it.
I'm running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences.
He's willing to face them because
Kidnapping is already
he.
a serious crime.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger.
But you didn't know.
I'm sorry.
You were trying to be a
The
hero.
Midnight Channel and the other world, you can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly.
Yeah, it's kinda
Exactly.
fucked.
Yeah.
We must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
And thrown you out a window.
No, into the
I guess from
TV
your
is what it
point of
was.
view,
Oh yeah, that's
people
right.
did stop dying once you started saving people. The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
I'm such a joke. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little tired.
Getting?
Oh,
What
Uh-oh.
are you all crammed in here for?
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
what?
Wait. I beg you, please find whoever's behind this.
You children are the only ones who know about that world.
Oh, his meds are getting out of whack again. Talking
Yep.
about this weird TV world. Get out of here. We need to pump up some more drugs.
Oh god.
That's our plan. What?
He's like, good.
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders.
The fuck?
It was
Saying this from a
another
police
party who
officer.
threw the first two victims into the TV.
He said, what? Take another step toward the truth.
Nice. Level up. Hey.
I'm so easy, baby.
Secrets of Truth, rank 3.
Now get out of here! I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen. Sheesh. I better not see you rascals here again.
I don't think that's Yuri.
I was hoping that Yosuke would respond so you could hear the similarities.
It's just so different.
Dear life.
She already died once. She can do it again.
This was the last place we saw Teddie, right? He was so worried about her.
I'm not saying anything to you.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
I think he just kind of
The
accidentally
police consider the matter
warped
closed.
somewhere.
We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out.
Someone beam him up.
Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
But
Details.
it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
Did Igor just be like, you're going back to here now?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it.
Join
Let's
us in
split up
our
and talk to
limo.
people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
I hope we can find out something about Teddie, too.
I'm worried about Teddie. And that's something I never thought I would say.
There's something weird.
Because he used to annoy me so much, but
Hey, maybe Nanako is dead, but Teddie is simply hopped inside her body and he's pumping her flesh and blood through to keep her alive as we speak.
what? What is this, Parasite?
Tomorrow, you'll all be going out to talk to people in town. Will this finally help uncover the information that will lead you to the true culprit? You decide to go home early today and get some rest and find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
God.
Is Dojima home at this point now?
No.
Nope.
I guess he's probably still recovering.
Just right fucking here. All right. Well,
I mean, he
Let me
just
go
did
throw
go
this
through
one
the
down here.
motions of being in the hospital, his daughter being in the hospital, his daughter dying, and then his daughter coming back. He's been through a bit.
yeah, he has. Well, you know what? We are going to go ahead and start a whole new day tomorrow and go around town and see what the fuck everybody knows about what's happening here. Next time.
Maybe everything will be solved by Christmas.
Here's hoping so we can have a nice pleasant
in-game
Christmas with everyone completely healthy, enjoying their lives under this goddamn...
One of those like Japanese like Christmas cakes with like the white frosting and the strawberries on it and all that. You know,
We need something nice,
and
goddammit.
some Christmas fried chicken and all those traditions they do in Japan.
We need a good Christmas, not a depressing one.
With Teddie too.
With Teddie, exactly.
Everything's happy. Everyone's happy, please.
If only.